Here's a full recap of the 49ers draft this year. I didn't make videos about the last 6 picks or all the picks that we have today, so here I'm going to talk about all of the picks. Starting it off with the first pick at number 11, the 49ers drafted Mykel Williams. Williams was a superstar edge out of Georgia, part of a very, very good Georgia defense, and a guy that John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan both said many times they wanted really badly. This is going to add way more depth and a lot more strength to the defensive line, and I love where the Niners went in this draft to the line. With the second pick in this draft, pick number 43 overall in the second round, the 49ers drafted Alfred Collins, defensive tackle out of Texas. Again, Texas, very good defense, continuing to add to this defensive line. I love it giving guys like Nick Bosa a lot of help, especially because we didn't sign Joey Bosa in free agency. Still kind of hurts. So this is a great pickup because he's another good player out of another good defense in college football. With the third pick in the draft, pick number 75 overall, the Niners selected a linebacker in Nick Martin out of Oklahoma State, one of the biggest dogs in the draft. Put up some loaded stats 2 years ago, or maybe it was last year at Oklahoma State. Forced a couple fumbles, had some interceptions, had 6 sacks as a linebacker, and like 90 total tackles last year. This guy's a beast. He was unstoppable last year at Oklahoma State, the best player on their defense. I think that at pick number 75 and in round 3, this is one of the biggest steals of the entire draft, let alone round 3, to be honest. With the fourth pick in the draft, the Niners went cornerback, continuing this defensive thing. They took Upton Stout with pick number 100 in round 3 right here. He's a cornerback out of Western Kentucky. He was pretty beat up over the last couple years, so he didn't play too much. He did show a lot, though, as I believe he went to like Western Montana or something like that before. So he showed a lot of potential in the last couple years. Hopefully he can stay healthy, especially with a lot of injuries in the secondary and guys leaving today. Malik Mustafa announced that he had torn his ACL, so he's going to be big for us next season. The Niners went back to defensive tackle with their 5th pick in the draft, round 4, pick 113. They took CJ West, defensive tackle out of Indiana. Not sure if he's going to start. Actually, I very highly doubt he's going to start. I think that Alfred Collins will start over CJ West. Good player on a good Indiana defense. Actually, let me rephrase that. Not a very good Indiana defense last year. They did make the college football playoff. That was all because of Curtis Rourke. I'll talk about Curtis Rourke in a second as we did draft him as well. But at pick number 138 in the 4th round of the draft, the Niners found an absolute beast in Jordan Watkins, wide receiver out of Ole Miss, another pick that I am so happy with. Last year at Ole Miss, he had 49 receptions for 906 yards, 9 touchdowns. He's only 5'11", weighs 200 pounds. He's got incredible hands and incredible acceleration. And then the Niners went out and found a beast of a running back in Jordan James, running back out of Oregon, one of the best running backs last year in all of college football in round 5. Pick 147 overall in this draft. Last year, Jordan James over at Oregon rushed for 1,267 yards on just 223 carries, meaning he averaged 5.5 carries or 5.4 yards per carry. He also had 15 total touchdowns. He's very explosive, good at breaking tackles. In my opinion, that could be a steal at round 5. Also, because the Niners always find good running backs late or deep in the draft. Take Isaac Guerendo, for example. Look at the season that Guerendo had last year for the Niners. Round 5, pick 160, the 49ers went out and got a guy out of Kansas State, Marquez Sigel. In round 5, pick 160, as I said, I think that this is right after we found out about the Malik Mustafa news, because Sigel is a safety over at Kansas State. One of their best guys over on defense. He's a veteran. He knows what he's doing. Also, Sigel had an incredible NFL combine. Listen to some of these NFL combine stats. So we clocked in at exactly 5'11" and exactly 199 pounds. He ran a 4.37 40-yard dash. I'm pretty sure that was his unofficial 40 as well, so really good. He has an arm length of 30.75 inches. He ran his 10-yard split in 1.5 seconds and also has a 38-inch vertical jump. He is an athlete. I am so happy with this pick. And then we get to Curtis Rourke over here, which is a guy that I was not very high on in Indiana. I did not think Indiana was as good as we thought they were last year. Obviously got murdered by Notre Dame in that CFP game. We drafted Rourke though, round 7, pick 227. He's probably, hopefully, going to be the backup to Brock Purdy. But definitely an interesting pickup, and it's nice that we picked up a guy that I actually know a lot over at quarterback. The only guy that we picked up on the offensive line was offensive guard Connor Colby in round 7, pick number 249. He can play anywhere on the offensive line as well. He suited up at both guard spots, played a lot of right tackle. He's a 4-year starter, has a lot of experience. I think he's going to be good in the NFL. I think he's going to start on the offensive line, and if other guys need help, I think he can help and get into those spots. Meaning guys that are having problems on the offensive line, obviously. And then with the Niners' final pick in this draft, they selected Junior Bergen in the 7th round, pick 252. Wide receiver out of Montana. We did add 2 wide receivers in this draft. I like what we went with here. Very fast, versatile wide receiver, was a 3-year starter over at Montana, and now he is in the Bay. He's a San Francisco 49er. So there you go. That's all 11 49ers picks from this draft. Comment your thoughts. Give me a grade on this draft for the Niners. Honestly, for me, I give it an A. I think John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan crushed it. Believe your thoughts. That's it for this one, though, and peace.